Good morning, good morning. I know it's probably late morning. It's like 10:33 on this February the 2nd. Happy Black History Month. It's your man Rico. Rico the opinionist. Y'all know what I do. I share opinions. No more, no less. I just share my opinions about whatever's going on. I am an opinionist. I like to think I coined that phrase way back in the day when I was on the campus of Grambling State University with my newsletter, In My Opinion by Rico. So that came with, yeah, people ask, what do you call what you do? I am an opinionist. That's what I do. I share opinions. Good morning, James. Okay, let me get to it. Look, I mentioned Black History Month, wishing everybody a happy Black History Month. And so I want to get to it. Man. And I don't know where to start. It's crazy. So much is going on. Well, but not for me. Not too much is going on. It's just, I don't know. But when I say a lot is going on, a lot of panicking is going on. What I refer to as unnecessary panicking. But, you know, that's how it goes every year. Or every 4 years after presidential election, people get into panic mode. And what's so interesting is how Black Americans get all up in arms about stuff that we really don't pay attention to before the election. And so right now, I see all these black folks really standing in front of the line talking about DEI. And report after report after report after report after report, you can show them DEI wasn't really about us anyway. Hell, over 50%, more than 50% with the white women. Then you had, I think, the Asians and Hispanics and LGBT and everybody else, and black people barely at 3%. Same thing with affirmative action. That was supposed to be for black folks, but as time went on, they gutted and decreased and minimized. But you know what? White women was getting all of that as well. And somehow, man, how do immigrants get in everything that's supposed to be for black folks? That's amazing to me. And we don't even ask real questions. What I do in my thoughts, I pose questions, I make observations about things that I find to be kind of weird. I don't get caught up in these emotional arguments and debates because I guess I'm an analytical kind of guy. I'm an Aquarius, damn it. Shout out to my Aquariuses this month. We're more logical thinkers. And I'm hearing all this stuff. And doom and gloom. God, oh. I know. I read on social media where people are saying, he coming after us next. How the hell can you come after people who's been here 400 years? We already done been everything. What else you got? We've been here 400 years and still here. Still multiplying. Still doing our thing. He coming after us. Trump is coming after us next. It's not true. And so, we crying about the wrong things. And so, in this Black History Month, how are we going to treat this Black History Month? Is it going to be any different? Are we going to put up a bunch of Dr. King stuff and maybe throw in a Malcolm X picture and all the quotes that we don't live by? You know, I'm coming up, y'all stay tuned to my Facebook page. I'm going to put up an article that I wrote a few years ago called Wakanda My Ass. But right today I want to talk about how we are sitting here arguing for everybody else except for us. I mean, we're literally getting into it with our own family members, our own friends, because of the emotionalism about this president. But we don't argue for us. It's the weirdest thing to witness. We around here worrying about, and I know I read the same stuff y'all read. I watched the same shows that y'all watch. And I specifically heard we're going to go after the illegal. Now I'm talking about immigration. Illegal. How come that word seems to go over everybody's head? Illegal. We're going after illegal. First, with the illegal, we're gonna start with the criminals. Now, y'all watch the news like I watch the news. Them cats up there, them Venezuelans, and beating police ass, and the Democratic DA did not arrest them, and they arrested them and let them out. And they got on the bus and left New York. They robbed, they murdered. Not all, but you know what I'm talking about. Y'all saw the news press conferences like I did. In Chicago, even the black gangs couldn't do nothing with them Venezuelan gangs. But y'all talking about, man, this is crazy. But y'all didn't see none of that? And I don't understand, how we only see the racism or alleged racism in Trump, but we ain't see no racism in Joe Biden and Bill Clinton and Obama. All three of those wrote into legislation things that harmed black people. I'm telling you, I read what y'all read. I saw what y'all saw, but I think some things you purposely don't want to see when you're a Democrat. Those of us who are not politically affiliated, I am an independent, so I'm able to see both things, both sides. But those of you who are diehard Democrats, there's something mentally, it's something's not there. It's cult-like. Even though you accuse the folks who are Republican and who are non-Democrat as, as being a part of a cult, but nah, I've seen both sides. Yeah, you got it on both sides, I'm saying, but I pay attention to what my community does. I pay attention to our behavior. And our behavior, in the words of Dr. Claude Anderson, our behavior is so inappropriate under racism, white supremacy. We do everything opposite of what we're supposed to be doing. Now, all of a sudden, Trump has become president again, but people act like he's never been president. It's the weirdest thing. Now, all of a sudden, they want to put out this doom and gloom. Y'all better get ready. Y'all better get your passports. Y'all better, Lord Jesus, we got to do this. Like, wow. How come we weren't thinking black unity anyway? Y'all think the Democratic Party is not me just going against them, but it's how our behavior seemed to exemplify or display. Y'all think we didn't need to be coming together as a race under the Democratic leadership? How come when we believe that the fire is being placed on our ass, all of a sudden now we all need to come together? It's that speech that you give when you go to a funeral. It's that speech that you give when you go to a funeral and none of the family members have even spoken in 5-10 years. Then when someone dies, y'all know we all need to come together. We need to cut that out. See, one thing about me, I was disparagingly referred to as pro-black in a very mean-spirited way. And I don't deny being pro-black, because look at me. I'm black. So of course I'm pro-black. Jews are pro-Jew, gays are pro-gays, Asians are pro-Asians, Mexicans or Latinos, Hispanics are pro-them, and immigrants are pro-immigrants. Hell, now women are pro-women. But when black people do it, it's a problem. It's okay when you do it, but it's a problem when I do it. Shout out to the rabbit. That finesse 2 times, whoever did that. What is that? Why is being pro-black considered a disrespect? I mean, viewed as, you call somebody pro-black is disrespect, but you don't call Jews anything disparaging or disrespectful when they stick up for themselves and look out for themselves. Do we even know what pro-black is? Malcolm X did. Marcus Garvey did. And guess what? Dr. King became that way towards the end. I don't want this wind to block me out, y'all. I'm so sorry. But Dr. King became that way toward the last 2 years of his life. Hence why all of his so-called preacher friends and supporters of his fraternity, Divine Nine supporters, that's why they turned on him. Because he became pro-black. He started talking about reparations. And so we're around here crying about what's going on with people who broke the law. I want to ask y'all something, those of you who are sticking your necks out, black folks. Can you go to Mexico, Venezuela, El Salvador, or Colombia, Brazil? Can you go anywhere? Can you sneak into any of those countries illegally, number one? If you haven't, I need for you to go and try it. Have you ever snuck into a country illegally outside the United States? Hell, even Canada. Number two, if you did bombard your way into that country, if you did sneak into that country, do you think they'll give you $5,000 a month in money and $4,000 a month in food stamps, free housing, free health care, driver's license, a car? Do you think that country will do that for you? And the point was made, America is the only country that does that. With all of that being said, they still treat black folks like we ain't shit. So I don't understand this weird Stockholm syndrome that we have to the abuse. And so when black folks start saying, hey, they ain't got nothing to do with me, they ain't none of my business, which it's not. Hold on one second. Who was this? He said, we can't go to their country, they will kill us. James Joseph said that. That's right. I ask simple questions. While we over here in our I guess our entitled privilege, we're out here fighting for people who would even spit on our ass if we was in that country. And those of you who are fighting for Mexicans in Mexico like that, I personally, I don't have anything against anybody. I like being in a multicultural, multiracial environment. But what I'm not going to do is pretend I don't know their home country's culture when it comes to black people. Did y'all know, those of you who are fighting for Mexicans so hard and calling them black and all that silly shit, those people are not black. But there was some black people there. Go look at the state of Guerrero in southern Mexico, Guerrero and Oaxaca. I think it's spelled O-X-A-C-A, Oaxaca or Oaxaca. For years, almost 50 years to damn near 70 years, black Mexicans have existed. Go on YouTube and look up Guerrero and Oaxaca. Mexico just recognized them as human beings. Just recognized them as people in about, 2015 or so? And y'all talking about they black. No, they're Spaniards. They're white Spaniards that speak Spanish. They speak the language they oppress us. And you can go to any Mexican family, if you dark-skinned, they call you names to make fun of you. So I don't understand why you American, foundational black Americans are sticking up for these Latinos. No, damn what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about. You can say, well, we all Africans. Well, no. Because culturally, everybody else is who they are. What we're learning is the importance of delineation. We are foundational black Americans. That's nothing against anybody. And see, you can't take your personal feelings or how you do in your private life out on the national you can't put it out there in the national discourse. Just because you got a Mexican wife or y'all got bi-Mexican children, or you got a white wife, a white girlfriend, you got mixed kids and all that doesn't change. You're just the exception to the rule. Black people are still economically, politically, racially at the bottom. And then we at the bottom fighting for people who's gotten benefits over us. And also, why do we think when they say immigrants, they're only talking about Mexicans and Latinos? Hell, they're the ones that Biden and Harris let through by the millions. Because I know I saw Wendell Pierce, the actor Wendell Pierce. He tweeted, well, while you attacking the black and Latinos, how about you make sure you get those Russians and those Germans and those Swedish immigrants? I tweeted him. I let him know, hey, Wendell, I didn't see any white Russians, Swedish, and Europeans at the southern and California border. They weren't there. Know who was there? Hispanics. And guess who let them in? Biden and Harris. Just let them in. And also, if y'all was watching the same news that I was watching, they let Asian men who are well-dressed with backpacks on come on, just walk on across the border. And we right here on the bottom fighting for folks who get more benefits than us. What? I'm telling y'all, all I do is I just watch and I make observations about our behavior. Because Dr. Claude Anderson, his video, Inappropriate Behavior, he talks about this inappropriate behavior of black Americans. We around here fighting for everybody else's cause, but don't none of them fight for black folks. You Negroes that be hollering black and brown. You ain't never heard LULAC, what is the Latin United League of whatever. They ain't never said brown and black, ever. They've had all kinds of marches for Latino and Hispanic rights. They ain't never said no black folks. And it's been historic, and it's a historical record that shows the only time anybody want black men and black women is for their economics and for numbers. How y'all think the feminist movement gained so much ground? Because black women, by the droves, gave them their numbers. Why do you think the Democratic Party was so successful all the time? Because black people gave them their votes in droves and numbers. Why do you think the Democratic Party was not successful this time around? Because black people finally got a goddamn clue and realized after 60 years of over 94% of loyalty to this group, we still have nothing from this group. And so instead of black men voted at 93%, followed behind black women who voted at 95%, black men voted at 78%, and even black women fell off and voted at 92%. Because black women usually vote for Democratic candidates, hell, at over 95%. So you know there is a change that's happening in this country. I just need us to embrace the wave. I told you, the next 4 years, I'm chilling. I got things to do. I got some important things to do for myself. To get on here and fret and moan and groan about some foolishness that's not even impacting me. And then you have these blacks talking about some damn intersectionality. What the hell is that? All these things that cause us to be from the bottom to fight for people who's gotten more benefit out of the civil rights movement, more benefits out of DEI than we got. Y'all kidding me, right? So I don't get involved in these little weird arguments, because until you're talking about Kujigagulia, cooperative economics, until you're talking about black love, we got black marriages barely at 29%. Until I see the number of black marriages rise to at least that of 40% by the end of this year, don't talk to me about no goddamn multicultural and no multiracial. Because they can do multiracial, multicultural, but all the other cultures are still marrying each other within their race over 50%. I don't want to hear your idea about Trump's personality. Who gives a shit? What child, grown-ass person is crying about somebody's goddamn personality? Y'all, come on, man. I'm so above the foolishness that it's almost like, hate to waste my videos on this mess, but everything is relevant. We all have to talk about it. We all have the right to an opinion. I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm over it. Everything that come on damn CNN, everything that come on the news, you jump on it. But there's so many things that we can jump on. I'm not saying ignoring anything that's true. I'm not saying ignoring behaviors, but I understand how y'all can pinpoint every word that Trump says, every behavior he makes, but y'all ignore it. If you don't know to vote for me or Trump, you ain't black. I'm not sending my kids to a racial jungle. All Biden. I don't care how they got in the situation they're in. They can get treatment when they're in prison. Y'all remember none of that, huh? Well, you know, they're going to put y'all back in chains. Y'all. But Trump is the racist? Or he said stupid shit? And I'm not defending him. I'm pointing out all of the facts. What's wrong with y'all? Tip, I'm going to give y'all a minute. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? All y'all who be crying about Trump, but everybody else to be as racist and disrespectful to blacks. Oh, wait a minute. He's a Republican. Because Democrats have done and said some of the most heinous things to black people. One thing I never known a Republican to do is go over to Africa and try to push homosexuality on them or threaten them with sanctions and embargoes. But you know who's done it every time the Democrats are in power? Democrats. Obama went over there to Kenya and they told him to take his ass back to America. Harris took her ass over there in Africa, tried to make them accept homosexuality. They told her to bring her ass back to America with her Jewish white husband, Doug. But we don't see none of that. Come on, y'all. Y'all stop being misled about the television. Do your own research. But you know, I would rather for us to do something that's more important to us. I would rather for us to do something that's more important. That is read our history, because I'm telling you, black people stopped reading in 1999. That's why we sound so slow when we make these comments on these national platforms. That's why you have the wrong folks running their mouth the most. So let me tell y'all what's finna happen now. Now they got you all riled up. No, Trump is president. He's a Hitler. He's a this. Get out of here. Do y'all know who I did not hear complain about what Elon Musk supposedly had done? I didn't hear Jews complain one bit about him doing a so-called Heil Hitler salute. I heard Negroes, oh my God, he's Nazi and all this. Oh, he did a Nazi. But I didn't hear not one Jewish organization. See, I pay attention to who something like that would actually offend, because that is the direct connect to the Holocaust and the horror of the experience of Jewish people. Let me tell you what the Jewish people did, what they said. And y'all don't understand racism, white supremacy. Y'all still kind of slow on it. Y'all gonna let Jasmine Crockett teach y'all about racism, white supremacy when her own district in Dallas looks like a shithole. Yeah, I said it. Now her claim to fame is arguing with Republican white women all day long. That's your claim to fame? Get out of here. So, I think the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, put out a statement that said, no, that wasn't what it was. He may be awkward. He awkwardly did something. They played it down. Then Elon Musk was recently in Germany. He, in a huge world conference, talked to German people, told them, y'all should have to feel bad about what your ancestors did. Y'all should let it go. Y'all know the same thing they tell black folks when it comes to reparation. I wasn't there. I didn't own any slave. Elon Musk told those young Germans that y'all need to be worried about them. Y'all weren't there. And I have not heard not one Jewish read one Jewish article of seeing one video with Jews who were upset or condemning what he said. Now y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? We sure can't get distracted. You know why? I know why. Because we've been shown many examples of when you stand up for black, this is what happens to you. Start from the plantation. You dare to be Kunta Kinte, this will happen to you. You dare to be a Malcolm, this will happen to you. You dare to be a Marcus Garvey, this is what will happen to you. You dare, who else, be Chairman Fred Hampton. This is what happened to you. And it's in our DNA, in our spirit. Good God Almighty. Oh, and that fear of white retaliation. It's in our DNA. They've been beating our ass so long that they don't even have to hit us and we flinch. And so when we speak politically, we have to make sure we don't offend the dominant culture. Isn't that something? Even the so-called brilliant black speakers, they don't want to go there. And so what's going to happen now, y'all pay attention. Because I do is I just sit back and I observe behavior. That's what I do. In my professional life, I am a mental health professional. I do counseling. And I observe behavior. And what's going to happen now? Now them blacks all on CNN and NBC, I'm going to say in MSNBC. What they're going to do now is, see, this month here is their cash cow. What's going to happen now? All these so-called black scholars, black intellectuals, they finna make a bundle of money off of your ignorance and your fear over nothing. Not over nothing, but fear over nothing. So they already got it together. They finna get all the black colleges. They finna go on tour in all the black colleges. They finna have all these little conferences talking about race and gender and sex, but all they're gonna do is spend a whole hour talking about Trump. Watch. And then you know what? I'm not knocking their hustle, because we live under capitalism. Everything is for sale. Even people's fear, their fears, even people's insecurities, everything is for sale. And people who look just like you and me have been capitalizing off our ignorance and our fears. We're so busy worried about the white man, and we should. But we're not worried about the very people who are who are the gatekeepers and the bootlicks that sold us out. Because somebody had to sell out Nat Turner. It was black folk that sold him out. Somebody had to snitch on Kunta Kinte. They look like us. And these snitches of Nat Turner, these snitches of Kunta Kinte, they are your PhDs, well-spoken, tight suit-wearing mother lovers. Trying to talk about race, and they've made their money off of race hustling, off of black fears and black insecurities. Come on now, let me give y'all a minute to process that. Y'all know the ones who y'all think are so great. And close your ears, Divine Nine. 85 to 90% of them are Divine Nine connected. Y'all know that connection. And all they do is talk about race, but they ain't putting nothing in place. They want to make sure that check for that damn speech is in place. So, what we gonna do? I just read this morning, brother sent me an article, the decline of black male enrollment in HBCUs, down even 10% more from 22. I think it's down to 37% from 44%. What we gonna do about that? There's so many things that 47 million people who look alike can be doing. But the easy thing to do is to attack the easy target. And so for the next 4 years, some people have decided that the easy target is Trump and Republicans and all of that, instead of the hard targets that are actually kicking us in the ass locally. When they say all politics is local, well, how come we don't believe that right now? Those of us who live in these majority black cities, our politicians are majority Democrat. They look like shitholes. They got the high crime and the failing schools. They're Democrats. And we around here talking about some Jasmine Crockett for president. This bitch can't eat. Oh, Sunday morning, my God. Whew. See, the easy part is to call white folks crackers and devils. I did that when I was young. But see, I look at us. What is our behavior under racism and white supremacy? Like I said, black marriages need to go up from 29%, barely making it to at least 40% by the end of this year. The enrollment at HBCU should, every HBCU should have a waiting list. It's 47 million Negroes. And black businesses should skyrocket. All the things that we did before the 1964, what's that, 64, 65 Civil Rights Act. And how come? You said Vance might win in 4 years. Shit, he might. I don't know. But how come as foundational black Americans, now we're Americans, right? Even though they still have us 3/5 in the Constitution, why do we still have a voting rights bill? And we were born here. Why? No black person who's ever graduated from law school, and we got plenty of them. How come they never challenged that? And immigrants and everybody who come over here get white people rights. We right here arguing about some folks who are over here legally. Oh, they're dividing families. What the fuck do you think slavery did? What the hell you think the crack era did? It divided families, fool. Right? God damn. No, man, it's crazy. What do you think all those... all they did was divide. What do you think redlining did? What do you think building highways through black neighborhoods did? Divided our families, fool. Hell, what do you think miseducation in public schools have done? Divided our families. Y'all talking about some motherfuckers who done broke the law. Y'all, oh God, you can't be this simplistic. But yeah, a lot of people are. And again, I don't have a problem with anybody. I'm cool with whoever's cool with me, but I am pro-black, and I've never denied it. I don't know why that's such a cuss word for folks. But everybody else can be pro themselves. And when you're a black man, you're a black woman, and say, I'm for my people, all of a sudden, Negroes look at you, put a target on your back. And they fighting for you, dumbass. Pro-blacks are fighting for you. Yeah. And so those so-called, as Dr. Julia Hare, if y'all know Dr. Julia Hare and her husband, Dr. Nathan Hare. Dr. Julia Hare. She referred to these blacks I'm talking about who's about to go all around the country, just, finna eat off this whole Trump election, They ain't gonna tell you much. They just go, he this, and he's a this, and he's a that, he's a this. Y'all just go, yeah, that's right. He a racist, he a bigot. He a this, he a racist, he a bigot. Y'all gonna eat that up and pay them $45,000 to tell y'all some silly shit instead of picking up Carter G. Woodson's Miseducation of the Negro. Instead of picking up this book called Lies My Teacher Told Me. Instead of picking up the People's History of the United States. Instead of picking up goddamn real books that teach us about what's going on. See, when you have a people who's educated, they're a secure people. But an insecure people, usually people who don't read, or even an insecure person that can't read, don't have a great comprehension, have to be told everything. Hold on, Mario, what's up? A new talking point on what division is. That's it. We say, thank you, a new talking point on what division is. Exactly. They gonna make a killing this month, and y'all, and then black students gonna be brainwashed further into the foolishness. Though none of these black speakers that come to these HBCUs or come to these black student union at these PWIs talk about reparations and black unity and the point of social unity. Because what has destroyed us from the inside out is our social division as black folks. We go to clubs, we at the daytime Sunday brunch, Saturday fun day brunches, and we'll hardly speak to each other unless we are Greek affiliated with each other. But just regular blacks, no, they don't. And I've seen it. I'm going to be back out this summer, and I'm going to make a video and say, look at all these black folks. Look at all these black people. All these black folks here, and ain't nobody mingling unless they already know each other. And we want to talk about some black unity now that Trump has got elected. You got to be out your damn mind. Black unity is supposed to already be in place. You know, all of a sudden, now let's go for black unity. It's just like when a woman says, I'll be feminine for the right man. How you gonna just turn on femininity? You already been a woman all your life. You already supposed to be feminine. Just like a man would say, well, hell, I'll be masculine with the right woman. Y'all know how silly that sounds? A man is already a man. Supposed to be. So now we want to get all this black unity now that Trump, like the boogeyman has been elected. And we've been getting kicked up the ass by all these boogeymen from George Bush Sr. to Bill Clinton to Barack Obama to Biden. We've been getting our ass kicked already. But since there is a news machine about him being, oh, he's so racist, he's this. Yes, Trump says a bunch of silly shit. But what's that got to do with anything? All presidents say silly shit and say disparaging things about black people. They give Obama's claim to fame as being able to be articulate and give good speeches to black churches. We need policy. And now one Negro asked him for a policy. Tavis Smiley tried to get him some policy, get to him on policy on the poor, but black folks ran Tavis Smiley, including Tom Joyner, ran him off the damn Tom Joyner morning show. They ran him off like Tavis ain't done nothing great and special or spectacular for our community. With those black State of the Union addresses he used to produce, those things were awesome. But we just, y'all get out of here, man. I can't take a lot of us seriously. And then what is with this vitriol? What is with this steep anger that comes over your body when you trying to have a conversation, or you find out that somebody black or anybody vote for Trump? What is with that anger? Where did that come from? And then you don't want to sit down and listen to facts. You just want to attack. Everybody black that voted for Trump, they kiss his ass, they lick his boots, tap dancing, a cult follower. Y'all got to be insane. But y'all want twerking and rapping and dancing for Kamala, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. But y'all not bootlicking, tap dancing motherfuckers. Get out of here. I tell you, I can't take people seriously. I can't. It's weird. Van Jones, a Democrat, cries on TV and says, Joe Biden, I love him. I love him. Joe, just crying tears. Not one Negro said a word. But Tim Scott, the Republican, black Republican, says, I love you, man. Bootlick, sellout, coon. I like, my God, am I seeing this? They're still, and then some of the same people say, we know they're wings of the same, they're both wings on the same bird. But anybody that's black that's not a Democrat is a coon. It's tap dancing. And all the tap dancing and jigaboo Negroes do for Democratic Party. This last campaign was awful. I was so embarrassed. And all she talked about was abortion. Let me tell you something about you Democratic voters. You black ones. Y'all talking about y'all vote for some goddamn, we want to maintain our civil rights. But y'all didn't hear the rest of the stuff they was fighting for, what they fight for? Underage children being able to get sex change without their parents' permission. Men and girls' locker rooms. Men and women's bathrooms. They pushing this thing that men can have periods. Y'all ain't hear none of that, those Democratic talking points, huh? Get the hell out of here. See, say what you want to say about the conservative side, but one thing they do is push men and women and children. Some of y'all had the nerve to be upset when Trump said, we're a nation of men. We recognize men and women. Some of you Negroes, a lot of you, upset. Just to be upset. Why would you be mad about that? Because y'all go to church. Y'all say y'all read y'all Bible. So when has there ever been any other genders in this world, in this country? But y'all, man, it's the messenger. That's what it is, right? Insane. I don't know what y'all reading, but I'm telling y'all, look. I know how to get us back on track. I swear I do. It's going to take reading, though. It's going to take us having conversations, real conversations with each other. It's going to have to take that. Because all this attacking blacks who didn't vote Democrat or who don't vote Democrat, that ain't getting you nowhere. But all it does is we just like, well, fuck y'all. Go ahead and do what y'all gonna do. But hold on 1 second. Who wrote this? He said, they think that he is racist. He is not a racist. Social media have destroyed a lot of people because they see KKK support. Hold on 1 second, bro. You can't control who supports you. Biden have racist support to him. That's right. You can't support. So you can't help. If you're running a race, if you're running any kind of political race, you want all of the votes you can get because you're trying to win. And you can disavow whoever you want to after you win. But while you win, you need those votes. You know, we want to talk about he emboldened the white supremacists. No, the United States Constitution emboldened the white supremacists, fool. Damn. We're all the product of the United States Constitution. He emboldened them. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm tired of the lower level intelligence. I'm sick of it. And I don't have no debates about this in real life because you see, I'm getting tired talking about the crap online. But at least I'd rather do it online because in person, I don't have these conversations. I'm not. And if you see me in person, you may not ask me a goddamn thing I've said on social media. You may not, for free. Because those little bootleg Negroes that y'all finna pay $40,000 to $50,000 to give y'all a speech, give me my money too. If you see me somewhere at the Kroger, say, Rico, I want to ask you, sure, make sure you hit my Cash App right then and there for $200 and $100 for the follow-up questions. What you're not going to do is hold me up asking me some questions because you're emotionally slow. And my Cash App is $ Rico Rivers, RICO Rivers, RIVERS MSW, Rico Rivers MSW. Hit your boy at the Cash App. If you see me in person, keep that Cash App. If you happen to see me somewhere, you're like, oh shit, he said this. I want to ask him something. You better I better see that ding on my Cash App before you ask me something. If not, I'm respectfully decline and get away from your ass. Because I don't owe you any explanation for why I think the way I think. I don't owe you an explanation for the way I vote. Because I didn't ask you for your goddamn explanation for why you vote the way you think. But if you want to ask me something, if you see me just around Dallas-Fort Worth or wherever, or if I'm visiting my hometown, you had a Cash App, the first thing you need to ask me, Rico, what's your Cash App? $ Rico Rivers MSW. And so, okay, here's my $200. I have a question I want to ask you. Okay, shoot. And that's how I roll. Because I learned that years ago when I was young, black people have no interest in the truth for the most part. It's like the emotionalism of everything. Not all, but too many. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not all, but too many. And so if you see me at a bar, don't ask me nothing. You see me in a place where music and alcohol is being served, don't ask me nothing about nothing I said on social media. Unless you hit my Cash App. And that's how I roll. Because y'all pay for these lying ass, bootlicking, both sides of the fence mother lovers. Here, pay for those of us who actually cares about our race. That ever make sense? And we got a young brother in Albany by the name of King Randall. Black folks just walked all past him because they've seen him on Fox News. But CNN ain't never interviewed him. BET never interviewed him. TV One never reached out to him. None of the black outlets. So how are you supposed to get support for his program for black boys? Shout out to King Randall and all that he's done and what he's doing. Even with his own sons. Young man. Just turned, 25? Y'all, come on, man. I'm not playing this game with y'all. So, but anyway, we gonna get it together one of these days. And also, if y'all like a copy, what I was about to say is I can help you get back to black-mindedness, black thinking. And we're supposed to be using politics to move our community forward. We're not supposed to be voting for people because, she went to my church. My kids go to school with them. That's not how you're supposed to be voting. You're supposed to be voting on the business of it all, the way everyone else votes. They vote on the business. They buy the politicians, black, white, they buy them all. But we around here voting based on emotions and voting for who we think says the best speeches. It's insane. And so, if y'all like to know what would be the beginning process of bringing our people back together, I want to offer y'all a copy of my Willie Lynch letter. I have a good copy. Cash at me, $5. I'll send you a copy of mine. $ Rico River. It's in this post, my Cash App. I'll send you a copy. Please send me an email address with it. Send me an email address with the Cash App, and I'll send you a copy of my Willie Lynch. And that's what we need to start doing. Reading, getting that self-confidence back, get the awareness of who we are as a people, and get an understanding of what we should be doing while we're in this country. We're supposed to be building our own. And what has happened, what has shown me the most, or what has been revealed is, with all of these executive orders that the current president is doing, Donald Trump is doing, it's showing us just how we've slacked off. How we've been caught with our pants around our ankles and we're panicking. Everything. When they're wiping all that shit out, we were out here panicking about these programs. Well, we should have been somewhere with all these geniuses. We have black engineers, tons of them. Black creators as relates to infrastructure and buildings and economic. We have a lot of genius economists. Why don't we have a black bank? Why don't we have more black schools that have black curriculums that educate our children? We were out here crying about somebody not teaching black history. You got your lazy ass right here watching TV every day. Or you at the bar, you doing stuff you want to do. How come you don't want to teach black kids black history? We order everything we want off Amazon. Hell, if we thought we can order a human being, we would. But you can't order no books. I'm so sick of us sometimes. This shit is easy. Teach your own damn kids. These are our children. How are we supposed to keep the race going and our children are all over the place, unloved, miseducated or uneducated, unhugged, unparented? What is wrong with us? We around here talking about racism, but we're dependent on the white man. We're dependent on this white system for our very existence. And that's the shit that should be scaring you, not because Trump is president. That right there, that reality right there should have us upset, should have us feeling like, God damn, somewhere to break off. We don't even have an appropriate amount of guns and training for guns. I'm just saying, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just letting you know just how unprepared we are. And when we hear news like this, we get offended because it's true. We're around here talking about stuff things that we can control. We can control the education of our race. We can control the economics of our race. We can control our people being properly housed. We can control black people being properly fed. We can control that. But we still sit back and want the white man to take care of us. Then I guess if the white man got a bad attitude, he's a racist. Y'all come on, grow up, please. That's what's happening at these black colleges today. They're not teaching black kids about blackness. Oh, glory. I said it again. You're not teaching black kids about blackness. I was so fortunate to have attended my HBCU during the last decade of when black colleges were awesome. This foolishness that's going on now, all this intersectionality, multiculturalism, and LGBT, why y'all thinking black males, the decline of black males at HBCUs continue? Because they're not very attracted to black males. Y'all don't celebrate black men at these damn HBCUs like y'all supposed to. Unless if he's not an athlete, if he's not divinely affiliated, y'all don't celebrate him. You don't. I know at Grambling they don't support black males unless he's a member of the LGBT. And I've been asking for decades. I'm sorry, my bad. I've been asking for the last 3 years, where's Mr. Grambling? There isn't even a king on a lot of these HBCUs. Got a lot of queens, but there ain't even no kings. Why the hell do black male want to come in that situation, and they're not being celebrated? Hell, barely tolerated. So it's deeper things we have to look into. Why some numbers are decreasing and others are increasing. Again, shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. What is our behavior? Why is our behavior so inappropriate under racism, white supremacy? That is a video, by the way. It's called Inappropriate Behavior. Go and check it out. Check out that Willie List letter I want to send you. And also, if you want a copy of my black book list, books that I've read and books I need to read and read again. Hey, again, hit your boy with that Cash App, $ Rico Rivers MSW. Send your boy $5. And I'll be more than happy to send you a copy of Rico's Black Book List. I know saying stuff black, it's a hell of a time to be living in when you mention black and it offends black people. Come on, somebody. Or when you mention black, that is some kind of political move that they're trying to get your vote. Not anything that unites black people. It's something that you want to use black people as if we're being victimized or something like that. It's crazy. Only if you can get votes as a black politician. And if I was y'all, I wouldn't trust none of these Negro politicians. We already don't trust the white ones, so I sure as hell don't trust these black ones, because all they do is do what the white ones do to us. Piss over us and try to talk over your head and offer a lot of verbiage, but no kind of substances. Nothing. No substance. And that's today's black politician. Really, shit, the black politician of the last 25 years, nothing. Just a bunch of good speeches and calling white folks racist. Okay, what are damn reparations? Where the money for my district? Where's the economic empowerment policies? Where's the new homes with the affordable homes that everybody can apply for? Not just women and children, not just Section 8, you son of a bitch. But Section 8, if it's Section 8, can it be a mother, father, and children in there, not just for women and kids? But I'm not going to go long. I'm going to have to come back to y'all and talk again about some other stuff. But I want to say, y'all get out of these weird-ass conversations and start having conversations about how we can start getting along again. We've done the division part, and it was people outside of our community that fanned the flames. You going to fund one side and not fund the other. And got them thinking that they're so empowered. And evidence shows that no, women are not empowered alone. We're the only group that tell women and really put money behind is Saks Fifth Avenue, $10 billion over 10 years, that women don't need their men. Other women have this attitude too, but somehow they're still marrying over 50% and creating families. Now we'll say all day long, the greatest wealth you can have in any community is the family unit. But we work every day to make sure ain't nothing but a bunch of baby mamas around here. And I got a video about that coming up as well. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let me tell y'all something. This is the kickoff for the next 6 days of nothing but awesome weather in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Y'all be cool. Hey, if you like what I said, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that Cash App. It's on here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Hold on a minute. All right. Peace again.